I'm gonna talk about my an ED update video on what happened during the doctor appointment that I had yesterday. It was, before my appointment, I have to get weighed and my blood pressure measured. When they called my name, I didn't want to go for my weighing, so then I actually refused it. After that, I waited for a while before I see my doctor, and inside the room, she actually let me get off with it. That was so surprising that she didn't force me to be weighed. Because in the past, she had forced me to get weighed. She actually bring me to the weighing scale and asked me to stand on it. The scale is in public, like in the common area, so everybody was watching. Everybody would look at me, and it's quite impossible to throw in a fast. But yesterday she just let me get off. She was like, what's the reason for you not wanting to be weighed? And I said, there is not a need to, and yeah, that was my reason. And then she said, why is there no need to? I'm your doctor, and why shouldn't I know your weight? Or is it that you don't want to know your weight, but basically you know your weight? But I don't know your weight, so why can't I know your weight? And I would say, because there is no point in knowing my weight. It was more like, so what if you know my weight? And she was like, yeah, you're right. So what if I know your weight? I can't really do anything about it. So yeah, basically she just let me off on it. But yesterday the atmosphere was quite tense. Yeah, because I got back my blood test result, and from the way she was saying it, obviously it wasn't a good result. She talked about first of all, it was like my total blood cell count, which is below the normal range. It wasn't the iron that caused it, but then it was like, because I don't really get that part, but I just know that she said, you are anemic again. For the past few months, I have not been anemic, but earlier in the year, yes, I was. And then it went back to the normal range for some reason. I don't understand. Then she moved on to my white blood cell count, which is low, which is like really low. Basically, normal people, they have at least 4, like the scale is 4.0 or something. But then for me, to be considered an unsafe zone where you're prone to infection and inflammatory diseases, your count will be below 3, and mine was 2.9. So she said that I'm very susceptible to diseases and bacteria. And she just kept saying, I'm so worried about you. Your physical status is really at a bad point. And sometimes I wonder how much the extent of her worry. It's not like I don't think she's worried and she's just saying it. I know she's worried, but doesn't she want to do something? If I'm that worried about someone, I would do something. But it could be because of her professional code of conduct that she can't do anything because I'm like legally an adult, and unless I hurt myself or harm myself, she can't force me to go into the hospital. So then, yeah, and then the good news is my potassium level is up. Yes, it's within the normal range. Because I have been taking 2 tablets a day, 2 slow K a day, and although it was like within the normal range, she said, I don't consider it something good, like because you are taking 2 tablets a day to keep your potassium up. So it doesn't mean that you are doing well. And I was like, okay. Then she asked me, so what's your plan for like, what are you gonna do about it? Do about your life and your plans for the future? I mean, she says school is starting in less than 1 month, and what are you gonna do? She was like, like everything is not right. You know that you're tired. You know that you can't concentrate. You know that your hair falls out. Basically, this is what I tell her. Yeah, so she said, you know all this, so how long can you stay in this state? You have been so-called anorexic, although you still binge and purge, for the past 1 year. It was like since the beginning of school, so how long can you stay in this state? And for the entire session, I was mostly quiet. I didn't say anything except for like yes, no, and then I don't know, this kind of answers. So I mean, I really don't know. She asked me, what are you gonna do? And what am I gonna do? I know all these problems, I know all the symptoms that I have, but then what? I mean, I do want to get better. It's like, I don't control my life. ED controls my life. I don't want to be in this state, but I can't stop myself. I can't help myself. And then, since I didn't say anything, she was like, have you considered, you were doing better. You were only doing better during the Australia trip. So, do you think that a change of environment would be good for you? Have you considered living in the school hostel or school hall? You know, do you think that it's going to help you? And I was like, God, no. I said, I don't need to stay in hostel because my home is just really, really near the university, and I don't like staying with people, staying in the same room with people, with other people. So she's like, it could be good for you, it could do you some good, you should give it a consideration. First of all, my university is crowded with people. Everyone fight for the hostel spaces, which means that there are basically none, especially if you're living that near to the university. In my school, there are people who take 1.5 hours to travel to school because they didn't get a hostel. They didn't get a bed in a hostel, and they are applying. They are queuing up for it. So if I apply, there are no chances I'm going to get it. And secondly, living with people is just gonna make me more stressed. I mean like you share the same room. It actually could make my eating worse. I either starve myself or, when I'm very desperate, I know that I can basically skip classes to just binge and purge. And skipping classes is just to be alone in the room, which means that the other people living with me would have gone to their classes, and it's just gonna make the cycle go worse. So I don't think living in a hostel is a good idea. But then I didn't tell her all this. It's kind of like pointless. I just didn't feel like talking yesterday. And she saw my state. At the end because previously I gave her some like written journals. I give her my journals. I photocopy my journals and give her like during every session. I see her every 2 weeks around there, except for when I'm gone on holiday. So I think she noticed that I have been getting more suicidal, and that my medication was stopped before the Australia trip, and it didn't continue afterwards. She asked if I want to start my medication again, just taking minimum dosage, because at my current weight I can't handle a proper adult dosage. And again I was silent, and she said, it was quite a while before she said, okay, maybe you can think about it at home and tell me the next time you see me. So I'm gonna see her in another 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, like, I am more suicidal. She asked me what my plan was, and I wanted to tell her I'm waiting to die. Waiting to, like, take my life or something. But then, of course, I'm not going to say it in front of her and my mom. So, oh, yeah. I'm going to see her in 2 weeks, and I should survive it. I should survive until the end of August, because I have my dental appointment for, like, every week. It has been booked for... I've been waiting for the past 3 months to get this appointment. Because you can see, like, these teeth, it's a long story. I had my root canal treatment, like, years ago. And basically this teeth is, like, rotting and discoloring, so I need to get it replaced. And I'm gonna do an implant. So hopefully it will all go right. And we'll only know when school starts. So that's the end, and I hope all of you guys have a great day, stay safe, and bye.